Your blood pressure cuff can be perfectly accurate and still hand you a number that is 15 or 20 points wrong. Not because the machine failed, because of when you press the button. Blood pressure is not a fixed fact about you. It is a live feed, and it reacts to coffee, stairs, stress, even a full bladder within minutes. So today, the 3 worst times to take a reading, why each one lies to you, and the small timing rules that make your numbers worth writing down. The third one is the trap almost everyone falls into, and it makes the number worse the longer you keep checking. First, a 30-second picture of why timing matters more than the gadget. Your pressure moves all day, and not by a little. Researchers tracking people through normal days have watched readings swing by 20 points or more between a calm moment and a stressful one. The cuff is honest about the moment. The problem is that some moments do not represent your life. And if a misleading moment lands in your notebook, it steers the conversation with your clinician in the wrong direction. So the goal is not perfect numbers. It is representative ones. Time number 3, within half an hour of coffee, a cigarette, or exercise. Caffeine tells your blood vessels to tighten. And for the next, while your pressure can read noticeably higher than your real baseline, sometimes by 5 to 10 points. Nicotine does the same, harder. Exercise is the confusing one because training tends to lower your pressure over the long run, but in the minutes right after a workout, your system is still surging. None of these moments are bad for you. They are just bad witnesses. The rule: give it 30 minutes of calm before the cuff goes on. And if you take medication in the morning, measure before the pill, not after, unless your clinician told you otherwise. Time number 2, when your body is asking for something else. A full bladder can add several points on its own. So can being cold, and so can the first minute after you rushed in the door with shopping bags. These sound like small things, and individually they are, but they stack. Bladder plus cold room plus no rest can turn a fine morning into a scary-looking 138. The rule is the same ritual from the 1-week test. Bathroom first, warm room, then 5 quiet minutes in the chair before the first reading. Feet flat, back supported, arm at heart height. Boring on purpose because boring is what representative looks like. And time number 1, the trap, checking in the middle of a scare. It usually goes like this. You feel off, or you just had an argument, or you saw a high number an hour ago and cannot stop thinking about it. So you check. The number is high because you are stressed. Now you're more stressed, so you check again. Higher. Within 10 minutes you have 5 readings, each one worse, and a full-blown panic loop. Here is the honest physiology. Anxiety genuinely raises blood pressure in the moment, and watching a rising number is one of the most reliable ways to stay anxious. The rule: 1 pair of readings a minute apart. Write both down, note the context, and walk away for at least an hour. And the boundary matters here. If a high number comes with chest pain, severe headache, vision changes, or trouble breathing, that is not a keep measuring situation. That is a call your doctor now situation. So when should you check? You already know the shape if you saw the 1-week test. Mornings after the bathroom and before coffee, and evenings before dinner. Same chair, same quiet 5 minutes, 2 readings a minute apart. Timing is the whole trick. The ritual exists to make every reading a fair witness, so that when your numbers move week over week, you know is your body changing and not your coffee schedule. One more thing that makes all of this easier. Write the context down, not just the number. A reading with a note that says after coffee or stressful morning is honest data. A bare number is a mystery 6 weeks later. This is exactly what I built SteadyRange to handle. You log the reading with its context, and the chart shows your calm morning pattern separately from the noise, so one bad moment never gets to define your week. Free to look, no account needed, link below. The boundary, as always. This is general education, not medical advice. I'm a health educator, not your doctor, and blood pressure decisions, especially about medication, belong with your own clinician. What you can own is the timing. No readings after coffee, cold, or a sprint up the stairs. No panic rechecking, ever. Morning pairs, evening pairs, context written down. Your cuff was never the problem. The clock was. Fix the clock, and your numbers finally start telling the truth. Next episode, what your evening reading hides from you. and why the calmest number of your day might be the one you should trust least. See you there.